Welcome to the Live Wide Open podcast. I'm your host, Randy B. Ramirez, also known as Wide Open Randy, and I'm here to lead you to become the best version of yourself. This show helps raise the bar for all the more sport enthusiasts, those who want more out of life, those who want to do more, those who want to be more, those who love the thrill, the joy, and the connection of what these high performance engines bring into our lives. Because holding it wide open is just what we do. Being a great person is who we are, and living our lives to the fullest is the lifestyle that we choose. Man, today we're going to be talking about why progress beats perfection every single fucking time. Like, the reality is that chasing perfection is the quickest way to get nowhere. And I say this because pursuing perfection can lead to stagnation. It can lead to missed opportunities, right? However, incremental progress leads you to having greater success over time. Like, take Olympic athletes, for example, right? They don't aim for a perfect performance every single day. They aim for consistent improvement in every workout they do, and that leads them to become better every single day. Like, the need for perfection holds you back. It creates perfection paralysis. And the concept of perfection paralysis states that the fear of not being good enough will prevent you from taking action. So if you sit there waiting for the perfect moment, if you sit there waiting for the perfect time, if you sit there waiting for the perfect moment, you will miss out on the big opportunity because things will never be perfect. What I've learned, and this comes from someone who, man, trust me when I say this, wants things to be perfect all the time. I want things to be as fucking best as possible. Like, is this like that perfectionism is often like gets the best of me. It really is. But know that perfectionism is often rooted in our fear of being judged or in us just failing, right? But the thing is that if you never try, because you're always waiting for those perfect moments, for things just to be right, then that's failure in its very sense. You will fail before you even take the shot because you never take the fucking shot. And I've fucking gone through that multiple times. You're like, oh, I just need to do this. Oh, I just need to do that. Oh, I just need to tweak it here. Oh, I'm just going to do it. Oh, I'm just going to wait for this. Oh, I'm just going to. Your mind literally giving you fucking excuses of why you should fucking wait. And that paralyzes you. You never end up taking the shot. And before you know it, you're like, holy fuck. It's been a couple weeks, sometimes a couple months before you wanted to act on this thing. If you just would have fucking took that first step, that first initiative, you would have been way farther along, right? And so the solution that I've adopted to combat wanting things to be perfect all the time is to reframe failure as feedback. When you reframe failure as feedback, which, by the way, will be a necessary ingredient for your growth. It helps you grow along the way because you know that, fuck, I'm going to fail. I'm going to learn. It's just all part of the process. I need to go through this in order to create the next level of me, right? And so the moment that I reframe things like that is the moment when I decide that I need just to take the fucking action. I need to take the next step. I need to just go despite me not feeling ready, right? And so you want to be willing to build the compound effect of your small wins. That shit is massive for you, man. Like, man, I've been on this journey of 1,000 days, right? And I'm on I think today is like day 115. I don't know, I lost track of the days. I just have it on my notes. And to me, it's like, it's not so much about the number. I just know that I'm fucking showing up every day. And man, I've gone through over 100 days already. And I'm fucking built that compounding effect. And I've had days that fucking should go sideways, should go whack, and this and that. But at the end of the day, I know that I fucking finished that list. And the day is categorized as a win for me. Win after win after win after win after win. And so you imagine by the time I get to 500 days, I've got 500 consecutive days in my life that I've classified as wins. You imagine how fucking far along my mindset will be by then, right? But this all begins by you focusing on making progress, on attacking day by day. And so when you focus on taking small but consistent steps towards whatever it is that you're working on achieving, you will create exponential growth for yourself that gets built over time. This is why I like to use the analogy that compares personal development to compounding interest, because you're literally making small deposits, otherwise known as us taking action, and those small deposits lead you to build major returns, right? And that's what compounding of interest is, right? And otherwise, those major returns would be known as our results. And that happens over time. The more time you put on compounding interest, the fucking greater your results will be. And so the more time you put on your personal development, the more you will evolve, the better person you will become. Like, I can't wait to see myself at the end of the 1,000 days. And I know that when I get there, I'm just like, yo, let's go, 2,000. Let's go. Like, I just know that's how I feel right now at 100 something plus days. It's like 10% of the way. And I'm already feeling like this. This is crazy. Right? And the amazing thing about compounding interest is that the more little deposits that you make, and the more time that passes, the more your fund will grow in the long term. Right? So you might think that working out for 30 minutes a day, it's not going to do much for your health. And I've talked with people about this. They're like, oh, it's only 30 minutes a day. What's that shit going to do? Bro, but you compound that over a year. And that's 10,950 minutes of exercise that you would have invested in yourself, that you otherwise wouldn't have done. And if you want to look at that in hours, that's 182.5 hours of exercise that you would have done in 1 year by only doing 30 minutes a day, every single day. Could you imagine what 30 minutes of exercise every single day, how much it could change your trajectory, your entire life, how much it could do for you, how many years it will add back to your life? Fucking crazy. Like, people fucking, they're like, man, and I used to be one of them. I get it. They know that they need to do the exercise. They know that they're the heaviest they've ever been. They know that they're fucking out of breath all the time. They know they can't get around. They can barely tie their shoes or whatever the fuck it may be. But yet they don't fucking go and do the action that they know they need to fucking do. And just show up every single day. Just fucking 15 minutes, 30 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day. But make sure you do it every single day. Bro, 1 year of that, bro, you even take a step back. Just do 100 days of that. And you will be in so much a fucking different mindset. You will, bro, and not only your mindset, your physical obviously is going to change all that, but the mindset that comes along with it is fucking amazing. So by focusing on achieving success through consistent improvement rather than perfection, the small wins compound into huge wins over time. Like, man, I encourage you to take small achievable goals, like set for yourself, small achievable goals for yourself so that you can hit daily and then measure your progress weekly. And then when those weeks start evolving, measure it monthly. And you look back like, yo, I've had this month gangster. Had this other one gangster. Like, if you go to my workout app, you go back several months, bam, 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 and it's all knocked out every single day. And the more I look at it, I'm like, yo, I'm building myself up because I fucking know that I'm showing up every single day. I bet you that you'll surprise yourself with how much the wins stack up only after a quarter of the year, and then half of the year, and then 3/4 of the year. And then by the time you fucking realize, you're like, fuck, I hit this whole year already. And you're going to be on this no one can fucking stop me type of mindset. You're going to be on fire. But it all starts with showing up for yourself every single day, by getting uncomfortable, by just setting small goals for yourself. But progress that over time. You're going to fucking feel way different. You're not only going to look different, that's the smallest probably aspect of it. You're going to fucking feel different. Your mindset is going to be different. Your confidence is going to be up. You're going to move different. You're going to be on fucking fire. So something else that I recommend is really adopting the 70% rule, which is all about realizing that good enough is better than perfect, right? With the 70% rule, you take action when you feel 70% ready rather than waiting for 100% certainty. This doesn't mean that you don't improve, but what it means is that you take action when things are good enough, and then you improve on it as you go. I know this, like, for me, it was crazy to think about this, is because when I start hearing a lot of entrepreneur friends, this is huge in the entrepreneur game, right? The most successful earners that I've learned from, they all launch their projects when they're good enough, and they improve over time. They literally iterate, right? And this way they obtain real-time feedback on their products, and then they improve them as they go. Like, the insight here is that perfectionism is often an illusion, because by the time that we feel perfect, quotation marks perfect, the opportunity may have already passed us by. So commit to delivering 70% and improving in real time. Literally, iterate your way to success, because action creates confidence. It really does, man. And momentum is more important than mastery. Once you're moving, you gain the confidence to fucking continue, to keep going. You don't master a skill by waiting around, by waiting to be perfect, by waiting to, no, like, you build up that experience through repeated attempts. It's kind of like going for a long run. I know I struggle with this because running for me is the most challenging out of, I'm a triathlete. I consider actually myself a hybrid athlete, because I do strength training and I train as a triathlon athlete, right? Strength training, lift weights, build muscle, get fucking swole, and I swim, I cycle, and I run. And for me, running is the worst. It's the hardest one, because I have a bad knee, replaced ACL, and now the meniscus is tearing again or whatever, but I'm fucking getting it stronger. And then in my right leg, I fucking snapped my tibia and fib in half, protruded out of the fucking the skin, and then I put up a titanium rod. I have a titanium rod from my knee pretty much to almost my ankle. And every time I run, I feel that shit. Like, it fucking hurts. And so I have to overcome that every single time that I run, right? And so the first time that I went for, that you go for a long distance run, like, you may not be able to run the entire time without stopping. It's happened to me. That's how I fucking getting my distance in, right? But by showing up consistently and building up your endurance over time, you're going to be able to run that entire distance without stopping. You're going to see it will happen. You're going to push yourself. And the more you go, right? And then you might not be the next time or the one after that, but I promise you that you're going to go further than you did the previous time that you did it. And then you're going to be like, oh, and you're going to do it. You're going to see it, and you're going to fucking going for it. And you're going to be like, oh, I'm going to go for it again. And then it's all about when you create that shit in your mind, and your mind starts seeing that you're doing it, that you're going further, you fucking really start pushing yourself, right? It's not about making those runs perfect. It's all about just showing up for yourself and putting in the effort. That's what will build up your muscles. That's what will build up your endurance. You focus on building momentum by showing up every single day. Then your confidence will follow naturally. Like, look, I'm in the process of training for my next triathlon, my next Ironman 70.3. And every Sunday, I have been running 7 miles. That shit is 7 miles for me is a lot, right? And that's like, the funny thing is, that's only half the distance of the run of that Ironman 70.3. But that's what I'm training at the moment. I just had this random thought, fuck, I signed up for the Miami Marathon in January, and that's double the distance of that Ironman 70.3. That's a full marathon, because this Ironman 70.3 is a half marathon, just 13.1 miles, I believe. And then the full marathon is 26 miles, 26.2. And I'm doing that in January, and I've only ran that once before, the 27 miles. And that was harder, way harder than me, for me, than the Ironman, which was a three, swimming, cycling, and running. For me, it was harder because I share with you that running is the hardest for me because of my injuries, right? But I'm fucking training. I'm going for it, right? And so the first time this year that I went for it, when I started training, I was like, fuck, that shit is long. This shit, I don't know how I'm gonna make it. I was walking all the time, right? In between my runs, I would run as fast as I can. Not as fast. I would run as far as I can, and then I would recover. I'd start walking, and I'd start running again, right? Lately, I've been fucking going for it, right? And since I've been doing it for several weeks now I'm just like, well, it's just a little over an hour run, I'm literally like, the distance is becoming normalized in my mind. And the perspective shift is happening because I choose to show up. But if you don't show up, the perspective shift will never fucking happen for you. Like, if I was chasing perfection, it would never happen, because perfection is a moving target. Perfection is subjective, and it's something that is constantly evolving. What you consider perfect today might change tomorrow. It probably will change tomorrow. So focus on the evolution instead. You see this all the time in like the tech industry. Products are constantly being released and improved upon based on our user feedback. not on them being perfect when they're released. Like this is big in the tech industry. And when you try to hit a moving target, otherwise known as perfection, this delays your progress, right? And so I'm not sure if you ever tried it, but have you tried hitting a moving target? That shit is hard as fuck because it's constantly moving. You're like, yo, what the fuck? So just show up, focus, progress over perfection. All right, so here's a couple quick steps that you can use to really cultivate a progress first mindset. This mindset shift is all about learning and adapting and really realizing that learning and adapting are prioritized over being flawless. All right, 3 quick steps. Number 1, set daily or weekly benchmarks instead of waiting for those perfect results. Number 2, embrace a beta mindset. This is kind of like from the tech industry. They always have beta. This is the beta version. This is the beta version. Right? So embrace that type of beta mindset, which is all about improving and iterating. And then number 3, focus on effort-based goals rather than outcome-based goals. And what that means is that an effort-based goal is like, let's say, for example, like, oh, I'm going to get 5 workouts in this week. I'm going to work out 5 times this week. Versus an outcome-based goal is like, oh, I'm going to lose 10 pounds in a month. So that's an outcome-based, but you want to set an effort-based so that whether you lose the 10 pounds or not, maybe you lose fucking 12. Maybe you lose 9.5. But you know that if you set the goal to show up for yourself and work out 5 times a week, the progress is happening, right? So just focus on showing up. Focus on consistency and the rest will happen naturally, right? So commit today to take that imperfect action. I want you to choose one area in your life where you've been waiting for things to be perfect and start taking action on that shit today. Today is the day. No more waiting around. Remember, progress compounds, but only if you're willing to fucking start. Don't let the perfection be the enemy of good. Know that the most successful people in life aren't perfect. They're just persistent as fuck. So let's get to work. Yo, I'm driving the checkered flag deep into the ground and I'm calling all the more sport enthusiasts who want to improve their situation. Let's break free from all the shit that's been holding us back and let's become the badass motherfuckers that we're all meant to be. Breaking the stereotype is exactly what we're here to do. This movement is called Live Your Life Wide Open, and helping others level up is the mission that God has tasked us with. Join me on this journey while we empower our people to do more and to be more. And my bro, my sister, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and smash that button so you never miss an episode. And if you connected with today's message, if it resonated with you, if you felt some type of way, go ahead and share this on your story and tag me at Wide Open Randy, because those are the actions that help more gearheads see and hear about this podcast. And ultimately, those are the actions that help our community grow. I'll catch up with you on the next episode. But till then, live your life wide open, my friend. Peace.